Hey, lifers, I'm coming to you today to talk about something that I'm hearing from some of you that may be something that's a little bit more prevalent in today's time. And I don't know if it's because kids are home from school or if it is just because of everything that's going on in the world, or if it's just maybe a sign of just kind of like the people that are showing up in our newsletter feed, right? But the idea of juggling all the things and wearing all the hats. And I'm curious if you've ever felt like that. I know I have. I really enjoy juggling all the things actually. And I don't mind wearing different hats, but sometimes you might have like hat confusion, right? And I don't know about you, but I have frequently said to people, hey, I'm going to take my mom hat off now and put my coaching hat on. Or, hey, I am going to are you okay if I put my coaching hat on? Or I'm going to put on my volunteer hat now, right? And so I have actually called out for other people the hat that I'm getting ready to put on. And I think that it's an indication to me that if I'm having to update the other person on which hat I'm wearing in this time, that it might be something that I need to be aware of too. And like, I'm curious, how often do I try to have more than one hat on at the same time? And is that really helping me? And am I really accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish? Right. And so one of the things that kind of came up as I was reading this feedback from this person, just kind of saying, hey, this is something that I'm dealing with right now that I'm feeling, is this idea that what does it look like for us to pause? Do we have regular routines of pause in our day? And maybe in a pause, you sit and you do some breath work. Maybe at a pause, you stop and you do some journaling and you write down some things that you're just like feeling. And maybe there are actual thoughts that you like want to journal. And maybe you're a little bit more poetic and you want to write a story about the way that you're feeling. Maybe you're like me and you just want to do like a brain dump. I just want to get everything out of my head so that I can kind of start over again and get myself some clarity there, right? And so I just want you to know that if you're feeling that way, it's probably a good idea or an indication to yourself to go ahead and pause and do one of those things. And maybe you're like some of my clients, and some of the people that do life with us on this, in this coaching email that goes out every other week, and you just really feel like, no, I need a little bit more of an intentional pause, a bigger pause. And I can tell you that I just came back from a weekend not long ago with the entire intent was to pause, right? That was the entire purpose of the event, was to take a pause and really reflect on where I'd been and where I was going and what I wanted to be focused on. And it allowed me to get centered. And so maybe you're thinking, wow, that'd be great. I'd love to get away for a weekend, but I just can't do that right now. And so I want to encourage you to take one of those moments in your day and maybe set it up as a recurring moment. I would love to see that for you, that maybe in the morning or the evening, you're taking time, you're doing a quick brain dump, getting everything out of your head, maybe even kind of establishing some priorities for the next day or for that very day that you're in. And then what does it look like to start taking action on those? Give yourself permission to take off some of the hats, right? Or maybe ask yourself sometime when you're in the middle of one of those frantic spirals and you're thinking about all the things to go, which hat am I wearing right now? Because I don't know about you, but when I have lots of different hats on, it's not a good look. I'm not really trying to go out at night or go out for the day with a whole bunch of different hats on. And so what does it look like for you to just get one hat that you're wearing right now and one thing that you're wearing right now? And so it's very evident to people the way that you're showing up. And it's really evident to yourself, right? We are informing ourselves regularly by the things that are coming out of our mouths and the thoughts that we continue to permit in our head. So I hope that gives you some clarity and gives you a little bit of some actionable steps around things that might be helpful to you if you find yourself juggling all the things and wearing all the hats.